key states that will be mentioned nonstop. You're going to want to add North Carolina to that as well. Democrats are hoping to grab a seat that's been in Republican control since 2008.
The seat is being left vacant by retiring Senator Richard Burr. Democrat Cheri Beasley is locked in a tight race with three-term Republican Congressman Ted Budd. Both candidates say the key to victory is voter turnout. Now, CBS News politics and economics reporter Sarah Ewall-Wice has more from the campaign trail.
We can see the finish line.
We've been doing exceptionally well in this race.
In North Carolina, Democrat Cheri Beasley and Republican Ted Budd went back to basics, pounding the pavement in search of votes.
I'm Ted Budd. I just want to come by and say hello.
How are you? Good.
In the days before the election, Budd is trying to tie Beasley to national Democrats.
Biden's his policies, we're not solving inflation, we're not solving crime, and we're not improving our education. I think we get back to our policies and we'll get back on the right track.
But his opponent argues he's done nothing to help lower costs as a member of Congress.
Every opportunity he has had to vote in favor of things that we need here, he has voted against it.
Beasley is painting herself as an outsider, with a record in public service as the former Chief Justice of the state's Supreme Court.
I certainly have a respect for the rule of law and have worked hard to uphold the Constitution.
Early voting wrapped up on Saturday. More than 2.1 million people have already cast their ballots.
If you wake up early on a Saturday and actually just walk down and go vote, it's really not that hard.
I voted first day of early voting, so the first minute I could vote, I did.
I just like to early vote.
Lots of early voting. Joining us now from Durham, North Carolina is CBS News politics and economics reporter Sarah Ewall-Wice. Sarah, why does it seem that flipping this seat is actually possible with this election? Can you walk us through how they're planning to do this, the Democrats?
Sure. Well, let's keep in mind here, CBS News does have this race as lean Republican. So it would be a huge upset for Democrats, but they've remained bullish about North Carolina because it is a purple state. Yes, it elected President Trump in 2020, but it also elected a Democratic governor. So it is a bit unique in terms of who it elects, the voters elect statewide here. But both candidates are not taking anything for granted. I spoke with both of them over the weekend. They're both cautiously optimistic. Both of them, though, are taking a more basic approach here. They're not holding the same huge rallies you've seen in places like Pennsylvania, where it is razor thin. They're out knocking on doors, going after one voter at a time, holding events where they campaign focused on getting an individual voter's attention and going and really focused on trying to reach across the aisle. For both of them, it really does all come down to turnout. I will say that there is the reality that some polls have shown Ted Budd pulling away in this race from Cheri Beasley. But one thing that I did have when I spoke to her is she did say that it is a competitive race, and she's not seeing the same polls like that. So both candidates really just hitting the pavement, knocking on doors, shaking hands, going back to your traditional campaigning in these final days here.
I really was struck by how enthusiastic all the voters you spoke with seem to be as well. Like everyone just getting out to vote, make sure their vote counts. You also mentioned more than 2 million people have already cast their ballot. Sometimes that benefits the Democratic candidate opposed to Republicans. But I'm curious the impact that former President Trump's endorsement has had for Ted Budd's campaign, considering he is in the lead. And as you mentioned, it's a lean red state.
You know, President Trump, he endorsed Ted Budd early on in this race. It was one of his first Senate endorsements. And when it comes to Congressman Budd, he was elected the same year as President Trump in 2016. And while he might not have the same personality as President Trump, he is extremely closely aligned with him on the issues, one in particular being that southern border. And so it has been something where former President Trump has come to the state. He has campaigned and held rallies for Congressman Budd. But with that said, he hasn't held any of those rallies within the past month. He held one in late September, but he hasn't in these closing days. And when you're out on the campaign trail with the congressman, it's actually not something that has come up organically from him. He's not out there touting the Trump endorsement when he's speaking to voters. He was at an event with a conservative candidate for Congress, Bo Hines running for the 13th district. And Hines really described himself as an ultra MAGA Republican, but doesn't do the same thing running for statewide office right now. But there's no denying that they are closely aligned here. What is interesting to me is that when it's brought up to voters, more Democrats bring up the Trump factor than Republicans I've spoke to. They point out that he is closely aligned with the former president, and that is more concerning for them.
Sure, not surprising. I mean, that's another state, another battleground state where Latinos make up 10% of the population and hold a lot of essential jobs there. Sarah, it's great hearing from you. Amazing work throughout the entire election cycle.
Yes, thanks, Sarah.